I didn't really spend a lot of time with him, to be honest. But obviously, when you're all together in a group setting, you see and you hear things. So, yeah, not really my cup of tea.
Not your cup of coffee either.
It's Wednesday morning here on Hot Breakfast with Jamie and Zoe. Now that no one's interested in Love Island anymore, there is a brand new show in town. It is called Love is Blind. To give you an idea what the show's all about, essentially there are 30 singletons from all areas of life. The aim is to find love. They are put into pods where they're able to chat with their fellow singletons, but they never actually meet them face to face.
Blind dating at its best.
Exactly that.
Exactly.
So the show followed 6 couples who made it to the final episode. 3 tied the knot, and 2 join us now. Will you please welcome Benaiah and Nicole?
Yes!
Hey,
From Love is Blind UK.
I am very excited about this, guys. It's so lovely to meet you both.
yes, likewise. Thanks for having us.
What an
Thank you.
incredible show to be part of.
Very grateful.
Roller coaster, wasn't it? Is an understatement, I think.
How was the whole experience for you?
A roller coaster, I think I'd say. Yeah, it was a lot, but I was very grateful for the experience.
Yeah, I think I came in there not expecting anything to happen.
Right.
I think probably one of the biggest doubters of the show. I think you look at it and think, how does that concept work? How can it work? But it does.
Yeah.
Why did you choose a dating show like this? Essentially not being able to see the person who you're falling in love with?
I think for me, I'd been on dating apps, and the modern way of dating, I think, is just overwhelming and a little bit like fatiguing, I guess that's the word.
Yeah, we know where you're coming from.
Yeah, so I think for me, I just thought, let's step out of my comfort zone. Let's see if this works. And yeah, let's give it a shot.
But presumably you had some reservations before you agreed to sign up and do the show.
1000%. I think I was even saying earlier, even we had the chat with the producer just before the show, and I nearly didn't go through with it.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so close.
And you had a really interesting journey. In episode 1, we saw you chatting to Sam quite a lot, and you guys were getting on really well, but there were definitely a few red flags that I saw. Some of the things that he was saying.
At least someone saw them.
And you were questioning them. Tell us the story. What?
I genuinely think I was trying to see the best in whoever I was dating, because I know what it's like to be ruled out automatically, having been previously married before. So I think I was trying to extend that grace to every single person I was conversing with in those pods. I think to my detriment that I wasn't actually listening and absorbing those things that when I watch it back, I'm like screaming, what are you doing, Nick? But yeah.
Well, you gave him the benefit of the doubt, because there were a few absolute clangers. One where he was like, well, if you saw me in a bar, you might think I'm quite good looking. And I went,
And I was like, oh yeah, oh God.
Somebody put it really well to me the other day. If you're wearing rose-tinted glasses, even the colour red seems rose-coloured.
Wow.
right, yes,
So I was
okay.
like, yeah, you probably give some more grace to somebody because you're so caught up in the moment.
But then when you guys met on episode 1, I saw the sparks fly. Me and JT were talking about it. It was there.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the reunion episode as well, but they cover our first date and how it ended.
Yeah.
And it was, it was amazing.
I had no clue that that's how you reacted afterwards, because I thought, he's not into me. I don't know, maybe it's just, us women, maybe we're just a little bit more I don't know, maybe not trusting of our intuition. I don't know.
Now, there is no way of discussing the show without giving away huge spoilers.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't
Spoiler away.
seen it,
Yeah.
Benaiah, would you have proposed to Nicole in the pod?
Yeah, so I went in on the final day wanting to propose. But I think another thing which was amazing that Nicole did was stop me saying those words. So when we had our final day, I was willing to propose. You almost stopped me saying it, which...
Wow.
Yeah.
So for me, those are really important things to say to someone. And I think if I knew that I wasn't there, and I wanted to make sure that I treated him with that respect and again, that kindness. I think there was also a part of me that also felt like, is he really liking me? I know that sounds, maybe I just didn't have enough confidence in what I was bringing to us, really.
And then Sam proposes. And then episode 3, tell us what happened at the beginning of episode 3.
All I can say is that it just didn't feel right with him.
Okay.
And I think it's that feeling of you just don't want to, you're just afraid, really. Yeah.
But Benaiah, what's your relationship with Sam like?
I didn't really spend a lot of time with him, to be honest. But obviously, when you're all together in a group setting, you see and you hear things. So, yeah, not really my cup of tea.
Not your cup of coffee either.
What's it like when somebody that you like, you hear them, another person that you're living with, say that they also like that person? Because I can imagine it must be really difficult not to go, get your hands off my lady.
Yeah. I mean, so for me, I always came in with that mindset, okay, I'm not going to speak to the guys about who I'm dating.
Okay.
It's more like out of respect to the guys, and also I didn't want to play games. So hearing that, I was just like, I mean, it's inevitable at some point I was going to find out that somebody was dating the same person.
Yeah.
Like natural instinct, like, yeah, the demons come into your head, like, ooh, does Nicole like Sam more, vice versa, I don't know. But I just kind of went off my experiences with Nicole, and that was my truth, because again, it could be part of gamesmanship. You never know.
What's interesting for me, if you look at it as a kind of dating experiment, Nicole, Sam and Benaiah are very different.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And yet you could have had either.
I think, again, it's that whole thing of wanting to give everyone a fair chance and realizing that people bring out different sides of you, right? And I think I really am so clear that with Sam in those pods, I was getting a lot of the validation I thought I needed, right? Because before the experiment, I thought, one thing I said to myself is I want someone, a prerequisite of being with someone is they need to want me, right?
Yeah.
So that's the goal I had in my head. That person has to want me in the same way, right? And I kind of just felt like I went into my head at that point with Ben, and I wasn't really, I was just scared. I was scared because when he told me that he wasn't quite there yet, I felt that rejection. That's my own stuff. That's nothing to do with you, babe. Like, that's my own stuff.
And then the two of you are now engaged. Are now married, I should say.
Yes, I said yes. Oh my God, you didn't know.
What was the wedding like?
At the end of it, amazing, because I still didn't know what Nicole was going to say completely. So you don't have that. So as soon as we got, I think, to the moment where we both said I do, it was just like, breathe. What an incredible, 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Yeah, well, what they don't show you is that, I knew on that wedding day it was a yes. But,
Okay.
But I just had my own fears. I had my things. Having been previously married before, my only fear was that, what if it doesn't work out, But it was never about Ben. He was so consistent throughout the whole experiment. And as a husband, babe, you've been so consistent.
And it was the reunion episode last night. What was it like catching up with everyone?
I mean, yeah, there's a few shocks in there. I won't say, just in case. But again, I think from our selfish point of view, we wanted to have 6 happily married couples, because they're all our friends.
Yeah.
We want happy endings for everybody. But at the end of the day, this is real life. These are real weddings, real marriages, and real futures. So you have to do what's right by each person.
And based off what you guys have just been through, do you think a dating app without images would work?
I think I like the concept. That's what initially drew me in. And there should be kind of a dating app where you have a little personality with no pictures. And then you swipe, and if you both agree, it unlocks a 10-minute phone call or something.
Love that.
And then, and then if you both swipe yes after the phone call, unlocks another.
Dragon's Den listening to this, hopefully.
I'm giving away all my secrets.
I think you should patent this straight away.
But listen, good luck for the future. You can catch the whole thing on Netflix now. A big thanks to Ben and Nicole for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
This is Heart.